So welcome to level 8. We're going to have a series of videos on staking, and I think this is important because a lot of people really get staking wrong. Certainly as a beginner, putting too much of their bank on, getting blown out very quickly, and then losing interest and moving on to another strategy. If you're going to be a full-time trader, you've got to start getting stakes right, and we're going to start right at the beginning, if you like, for very small stakes, and we're only going to look at playing on one, possibly two horses per race. We're not going to do more than that. When we move up the ladder, we're going to move on to higher levels. Then we're going to be looking at more than two runners, but for the time being we're just going to concentrate on either one horse or at most two selections per race. So first of all, the spreadsheet, what I've done here, I've laid out the banks that you want to be starting with, whether you're playing on one or two horses, and also what kind of total stakes you're looking at, what you're trying to win in terms of cashing out before the race, and also what you can try and win if you've got a little bit of profit left over after you've cashed out. We can try and win some money in running. So first of all, let's have a look at the basic bank. So if you're starting off right at the start of your career, then maybe a bank of £80 isn't too frightening. And if you're playing on Geeks toy, then you can put a pound on, you can put 50 pence on, and it's a very good way of trading early on without any real risk to your overall capital. So starting off, if you've done very little trading before, start off with a bank of £80. And I also suggest that you trade one horse to start off with in the race. Don't get involved with two or more horses. So start off with a bank of £80, trade on one horse, and then you need to split up your bank into 16 stakes, and we're going to total approximately 1/5 of your bank as your total stake on your first trade. So as you can see on this chart, you've got £80 bank and you've got 16 stakes adding up to £16, which means each of your stakes is going to be £1. And it's very rare that you're going to lose anywhere near £16, even if things go wrong. So you're not really putting on, or you're not risking the whole £16 unless of course your internet collapses or Betfair goes down. But in the main, you're only going to be having a liability of £2 or £3 if you want to cash out before the race and reduce your losses. So let's have a look at the staking plan on that. So we've got £1 stakes, £80 bank, total stakes £16, and you're trying to win, just to get learning with the staking plan, you're trying to win a cash out sum equal to your stake. So before the race, if you've got a profit of £1, cash out, take it, and then if you've got any more money running after that, if you trade in again and you've got more money, you don't need to cash out that. We can play for in running to try and win £8, and that would be including your pound cash out, so you'd be winning a further £7 in running. So you've got a potential to win £8 in running, which is a tenth of your bank. So that's a good starting point. Now let's have a look at, if you're confident with that, if you've got the grasp of your staking plan, maybe increase your bank to 160. You can do that, either put a little bit more money in your bank, or you can wait until you've made successful trades and gone up to 160 bank wise. Now it's the same principle as we did on the first one. All you're doing is increasing your stakes, and you'll find that right the way through your trading career, that all you're doing, you're playing for exactly the same number of stakes. So it will be 16 if you're a beginner, and then we reduce that as we get up towards professional level. But in the main, the maximum number of stakes you're going to be putting on is 16. And so for this whole beginner's staking plan, each time you move up a level, you've still got this row of 16 stakes, only the amount is increasing, so you're doing exactly the same. So let's have a look at the next one. £160. If you're playing on one horse, then your stake would be 16 times £2 stake. So each of your trades, if you like, will be £2, and that will add up to £32. And again, you're not putting all that £32 at risk. You're only putting so much. You probably only get the first 8 trades. You're going to be trading within that category. Sometimes you might go up to 12. Very rare you'll go up to the 16 trades if you're following the system on the YouTube channel. Now that's for one horse trading. Let's have a look if you want to maybe put 2 horses in trading. So this time we're going to have 2 horses trading. We're only going to say use £2, but this time we're going to split it into 2 £1 stakes. So it would be exactly the same total stake. So we'd have £16 going on one horse, and we'd have another £16 going on the second horse. So that would add up to the total stake here at £32. But you're splitting the stake between those 2 horses. So each horse now would have separate £1 stakes, and it just reduces your liability. If you've got one horse that's doing quite well, the other one not so well, then you're not putting that whole line of £2 stakes on one horse. You're splitting it between 2 horses. So again, on each horse, this time we're looking for a cash out of £1 on each horse, and if you do that successfully, then your cash out would be a profit of £2 before the race. Now each horse is separate, so you're looking for £8 in running total for each horse, and that gives you a possible win on the race of £16. And again, that's 10% of your bank. So that's just playing with the £2 stakes. But if you're playing with 2 runners, split it into £1 stakes and go that way. If you're sticking to the one selection at 160, then the stakes would be £2, and consequently your total stake either way is a maximum of £32. So that's the first 2, a bank of 80, a bank of 160. Now I do suggest, if you can afford it, if you can put the money in the bank, starting with a bank of 320, and that will give you £4 stakes if you're playing on one horse, or £2 stakes if you're playing on 2 horses. Total stake £64. Looking for a cash out of £4 before the race, which is equal to the stake, and an in-running possible win of £32. So if you're playing for just one horse, your staking would be £4. If you're playing on 2 horses, split the stake, put your £2 stakes on both horses. So don't put £4 on each if you're playing on 2 horses. Halve your stake so you've got the same total stake going on to the race. And your cash out position, if you're playing on 2 horses, £2 to win on one horse, £2 on the other, which gives you your total cash out of £4. And also your in-running strategy, you've got 2 chances of winning £16 if you've got 2 horses running, and if they both go to the in-running position, then you've won your £32. And follow it down. Once you move on, you'll start getting to the next bank a little bit quicker because you're playing for bigger stakes. So early on it's going to take you a while to get moved from 80 to 160. Once you're at 320, because your winnings are a little bit bigger, then it's going to take you a shorter period of time to get to 400. Now on the beginner, you want to stick to this sort of plan until you get to past 800. So your 800 would be the last point which you're coming out of the beginner tutorial. So £800, if you're playing on one horse, I'll not go through it all again. So you're on £800 bank. If you're playing on one horse, your stakes are £10, 16 stakes, total of 160. And again, don't forget, you're not going to put that 160 at risk. You're only going to be playing in a certain bracket, and your liability is going to be a lot shorter than that. Your cash out position is £10, and your in running strategy trying to win £80, and it's all halved as we went through before if you're playing with 2 runners. So that's a brief look at the stakes for the beginner. What we're going to do now, we're going to move over to a couple of tutorial videos. The first one is where we're going to play on one horse using a bank of 320, and we're going to play on £4 stakes, trying to win a cash out of £4 and possibly an in running of 32. May or may not happen. And then second video is going to look at splitting your stakes, covering two different runners, and splitting your stakes to £2 and 32 total stakes, giving you again the same total stake on the race of £64. And we're going to try and win £2 on each horse, or look at the in running play if we can get that far of winning 16. So that's a brief overview of the stakes for beginners spreadsheet. Let's put it into practice. Let's have a look at the two videos. So this is the 2 o'clock at Ascot 7 furlong handicap, playing on just one horse, £4 stakes, and you can see we've already taken a couple of bets with that staking plan, one at 48 and one at 50, and we've put the bets in. The first time we had the bet taken at 48, we put it in at 38, and the next one was taken at 50, and we moved that up to 40 and put the next one in at 42. I'll explain a little bit more about that in the second part of this video. So we're just waiting for possibly this bet to get taken at 55, and then we'll move these up accordingly as well. So that's the position. We're on about the hour mark, and we're, like I say, we're just playing on one horse with the staking plan, £4 staking plan, and we've got 16 bets in the market, so a total stake of £64, and that is for the bank at 320. Now we'll look at playing on two horses in the next part of the video, but just for this one we're going to stick to playing on Custard the Dragon. And that was the just alert to tell me that we're inside the final hour now. Now our first target is the cash out position, and that's going to be equal to the stake on this particular runner. So the stake, individual stake, is 4, so the first part is going to be a cash out position of £4. If we can get £4 in running or very close to it, then we'll take that cash out. If we get the £4 locked in, then we can look at maybe an in running play as well. But this is how we're going to start off with £4 stakes, £8 taken, and trade between these ranges. It's very unlikely the horse is going to get up to 140 before the race, so we're looking probably to be playing within this bracket here. So probably about 8 stakes in total, 2 that's already been taken and then 3 over here, and that you can see takes us up to 80. So we're probably going to be playing between 48 and 80 on the bet side, and then laying off accordingly underneath as the bets get taken. We've had 4 bets taken, and you can see 2 of them have been laid off as well, so we've still got £8 left on this green side at the bottom, and we've still got quite a bit of bets lined up there, starting at 55 going up to 140, and we've got a cash out position of £1.14, hoping to get these taken as well at 46 and 44, do a few more trades, see if we can get to the cash out position of a £4 profit. That's now gone up to £1.50, and if we keep doing trades around this mark here, we might be able to get up to £4 before the race and cash out, and then do a few more trades and see if we can get to an in running position as well. Those last 2 bets have been taken as well, so we're going to just put those back in, one at 50 and one at 48. And then we can see we can do a few more trades. I'm going to just take a few of these out. It doesn't look likely that we're going to be trading anywhere around here in the short term, so I can take those out just for now. I can put them back in later if the price goes further up, but we're going to be trading 48, 44. If the price goes down, we've still got this money that we can lay off. So we're £2, we're halfway there to the cash out position that we suggested earlier on. We are now about 10 minutes away from post time. You can see the price on Custard the Dragon at 36, down to 34. Now the cash out position to win £4 or £4 before commission is at 25, and you can see Custard the Dragon £4.20 and the others £3.76, but that is after commission's been taken from Betfair. So I'm just going to put that £4 in there. That's the cash out position to win the required amount. And if the price goes down to that, all well and good. If not, we'll have a look at doing some in-running strategies, or if the price is close to £4, then we can just take the cash out before the race and lock in some profit and leave the in-running to another day. And now we've got a bit of a block at 32. So this £4 looks a little bit low down, so I'm going to take that out, and we're possibly going to try and trade off, but now that's gone. So sometimes the blocks come in and they quickly disappear, so we'll just hang on for another minute or so, get down to the 5-minute mark, see if we can get a little bit lower. But that block did come in, so there is a little bit of opposition down at 30.32, and it may be wise just to take a position at 32 and see if we can do some reverse trading, a strategy we've looked at in previous videos. So if we did take the reverse strategy, then we can lay off £3 at 32. That would give us a locked in profit of £2.81, and then if the price does go up, we can take that back in. So I'm just going to put that £3 in there at 32. Sometimes you have to make a decision. Is it going to go down to 25? It could do, but the likelihood it's going to still hover around 32, 34, 36, and it may even start drifting back up. So you can see now, as we've got closer to post time inside the last 5 minutes, the price has gone back up. We've got a bet taken at 60, we laid that off at 50, you can see that over here, and we're trying to repeat that now, doing 60 down to 50. I'm not going to put too much more in the market because we are getting very close to post time. Don't really want to be put in multiple bets in at this stage. You're just going to leave that in at 50 and see if that can get taken. And this is what can happen in these last 5 minutes. So you need to be very careful when you're trading in the last 5 minutes, just to make sure that you're not over committing yourself. And you can see I'm going to have to take that out now and play it in at 65.
Fully matched.
And we've got 114. Now 175 is not that much, so I'm going to try the in-running play, and we're going to try and win £16. So if that was nearer to 4, I would be cashing out, but we're going to try and win the £16 with an in-running strategy. So that needs to go in. If we can find the right level, we can find that at 7.4. That would give us roughly £15, 16 pence after commission, and that's going to be in play keep. So we could have taken the cash out. It didn't get on 4. We could have got possibly 3, but we're going to take the other decision. We're going to play the in-running. And now the race has started. Let's see whether the horse is going to get down to 7.4. So starting out, just drifting out, 70, 65. No guarantee it's going to get down to 7.4. Drifting out to 100. 140, 85. Still not at halfway yet. We've seen these big prices come in before. Drifting out to 200. Looks like it's got a lot to do as we reach the halfway stage. $150. Just coming in. 23 was the lowest there. 40, 29. And now it's going back out. 42. So it did come into 23. And now that's drifting right out again. I'm probably going to go to 1,000. And we're just waiting for it, and that's it. So that was the race over. Came down to 23. So we could have taken the cash out, but I wanted you to see the in-running process. We've seen it before, obviously, but that was part of the staking plan. We could have cashed out for £3, which was close to the 4. Didn't quite work out for us this time, so we went for the in-running play to win £16, and again, didn't quite get to where we wanted. So that's about it for this part of the video. Let's have a look at playing on 2 runners. So this is the race in question, the 7:15 at Chelmsford City, 1 mile handicap, and the 2 horses we're looking at to trade in the split stakes are Toga Tiger, number 3, drawn 8, and number 9, drawn 6, Casina di Notte, and we're putting those in at 40, round about 44, 46 for both of them. Maybe Toga Tiger, I'm going to put that in at 44, as well as Casino di Notte. I'm not 100% convinced that it's going to go as high as 130. So we're going to put that in at 44 and take that one off, so we've got them starting at the same level, and if they go up to 120 I'll be very, very surprised. So we're looking to trade in these ranges. We've got 16 £2 bets on Toga Tiger, partially taken at 46, and we've also got 16 bets for £2 at Casina di Notte, and so that's our £64 stake, split between the 2 runners. Now normally you'd have £4 stakes on 1 horse, and this time, like we say, we're going to play for split stakes, so we're playing on 2 runners, and that is the position. Price taken on Casino di Notte at 44, and as per a few of our very early videos, you can see that we've not put the £2 on at 40, but we've put it down at 34. So we've got a big split from 44 to 34, and that's because it's the first bet taken. Sometimes you'll get one taken and then the price will dip quite drastically, and if you've only got it in at 40, you've not got that much money riding into the race. So if you put it a little bit lower at 34, then if the market does turn, that will get taken, and you'll have at least some fighting chance of getting a running play. Or in fact, if you want to leave it, you can just have the bet run for you. Now if that bet gets taken at 46, we'll put that in at 38 and move that up to 36. So the gap between the bet and the lay will be narrowing as the bets get taken, and when we get to a point where you'll just have the 2 difference. Anyway, we'll have a look at that if and when we come to it. But like I said, that's a very early strategy on the channel. I think it's probably in the first or second, maybe third video that we put on to YouTube. And we've got 5 odds visible in this position. So 44, 42, 40, 38 and 36 are all visible. And when that gets taken, you'll see that when we change where we put the odds, you'll only have 4 numbers visible for the next stage. And if the next one gets taken, then that will be reduced to 3 visible, and so on until we get down to 2, and then we stick at 2 for the rest of the trading positions. You can also, at 36, a large chunk of money has come in there on Toga Tiger. Hopefully that will get removed and the price will drift back up to around about 44. But it is a strong block there at 36, and I'm not going to follow the price down. That was the position that I wanted to start trading at 44, and you can see we've done some earlier trades just for small stakes.
Fully
but
matched.
I'm more interested now in Casina di Notte. So that was taken at 46, and now I'm just going to move these 2 up as suggested earlier, and we've got these, just the 4 odds visible in this particular stake on Casino di Notte. Now Toga Tiger looks like it's going to be coming down to 32.30 unless this position here just suddenly withdraws from the market, and that can happen. It can come in very quickly and it can also be taken off straight away. It's probably just one person or one firm just putting in a chunk of money, and if they remove that, then the price will go back out. But as it is at the moment, then the price is not going to go further than 36 while we've still got this large chunk in at the bet side. And as we get closer to post time, obviously, with the large money coming in, then that can get taken in the blink of an eye. But at this stage, with 1 hour 18 minutes left, unless they take that out of the market, then it's unlikely that the price is going to push through there within the next half an hour. Now, a couple of things have happened. First of all, we've just laid off the little bits and pieces on Toga Tiger, tidied that up, and we've got 41 plus the 204 here, so around about £43.5 going on to Toga Tiger in the race at the present time. We've had one of the bets or lay bets taken at 38 on Casino, and we're going to put that £2 back up. Now this position here you can see is only 4 between the bet and the lay, so again, because it's only one stake in there, I'm going to move that back down to 34. So if you've only got one stake going into play, then you need to move it back down so you've got this gap of 5. Remember, if we had that taken, then that would move up again and we'd have the gap of 4. So that's been moved back down to 34. Now remember, because our total stake is 64, we're looking to win £4. So divide 64 by 16, £4. So that's the addition, if you like, of Toga Tiger stake, individual stake on Toga Tiger, which is £2, and Casino di Notte £2 as well. That's the individual stake. So we're still playing for £4 in total per stake. So if we can possibly get £4 cash out before the race, then that's job done on the race. And then if we got any further trades after that, then we can play the in running. But the first point of cashing out is when we reach, or hopefully reach, the £4 profit on the race. And if we can't do that before the race, then we'll put the in running play in to win £4 on both horses. So we can possibly win £8 if it goes that far, if we don't get the cash out position before the race, or one of them might get to the in running, then we'll win the £4 stake, that profit that we're looking at because of the £4 stake in total. Anyway, it'll all become a little bit clearer as we go through this particular video. We're not currently at that position in the cash out to win £4. You can see we've got a position of £1.28 on Toga Tiger and only 57 pence on Casino di Notte. So we add those two together and that comes to £1.85. So we're only halfway there in terms of the cash out position. So if we don't meet that £4, then we're going to play and run in to try and win the £4 with both horses. Over here is the whole market cash out position. So £1.66 is the current cash out position. So once that reached £4 in the green over here, we know that we can cash out safely and lock in £4. But as you said before, that is a good deal off what we require presently. As we get closer to post time, you can see we're 44 minutes off. I'm not going to keep this as average odds. I'm actually going to change it to match date. And then I can just have a look at that and see what bet has been taken. If you're playing on 2 different horses, then sometimes it can get a bit confusing. And all you have to do is look over here on match bets and you can see exactly which one was taken, so you know whether it was a bet or a lay that has been taken. So that's a good idea, just to set that up before the action starts getting into full swing. And obviously when that does get into full swing, we're going to move that up to the real position of 40. So maybe within the last half an hour, when again the market starts to move properly, we're just going to move that up and not leave it there. We don't want to confuse things at this stage. Once we get into the last 30 minutes, we're going to move that up to 40 and play just we're having 2 odds visible. But because we're still a decent amount of time away from post, we can leave that in just in case the market decides it wants to turn round. Now we've had the bet taken at 46. Because we're in the last 15 minutes now, I'm going to move that up to the conventional position. So in at 42 and also in at 40. So now we're just looking at the 2 odds between the bet and the lay, and that's because we're getting closer to post time. Here in the match bet window you can see we've hit the targets for these 2, but we're not going to play on those. Those have got fairly bad draws in this race, so we're not going to concentrate on those. And you can see the window there, Casino di Notte, taken at 46, and the next one that's taken, either a lay or a bet, will go on above that, and we can see at a glance exactly what bets have been taken in what order. Now we are getting closer to post time, 12 minutes away. I'm going to take all these bets out on Toga Tiger. If it does go above that, we might just lose sight of this. This is a beginner's staking plan, so it might get a little bit too much just looking at the 2 horses. It's alright while you've got time on your hands, but we're going to take that out. We've got a position on that already, so I'm going to click cancel all bets, so we can concentrate on Casina di Notte. And you can see the bet taken there at 48, and we also had a position taken at 42 partially. So again, that's the beauty of the matched date diagram here in this right hand side. And we got a bet taken at 50, and that's gone in there, so we can lay those off now, 44 and 46. And you can see we're just putting them in 2 below as we're getting very close now to the start of the race. Bet taken at 46, that one's appeared in the match date box. Looking to get these other ones taken. Bet taken at 50, put that in at 46.
Fully matched.
That was Wigan Warrior, that was a target position there. Too late in the day for that one. We're not going to play on that one either. So just concentrating on Casina di Notte. We've got £6.70 on the lay side, and we've got quite a lot of bets on this other side, on the bet side. Bet taken at 46, showing up in the match bets box over here. That's the position we're in currently. £2 there, just that remnants of that bet there, and then another £2 here. Taken at 50 again. Put that in at 46. Bets taken at 50, 55 and 60.
Fully matched.
Bet taken at 50 and 48. Cash out position is £2.34. Getting down towards the last 5 minutes. Price coming down to 48. Bet taken at 46. And at 44. Getting down to the last 5 minutes now. If we're in a decent position, we can hold that and just take these back bets out of the market. We don't need to be playing in the last 5 minutes on this particular one. So I might even just move that £2 up to 44. Take all these bets out. Cancel all back bets. So all bets have now been taken. We're in a position to cash out £3.21. We'll just see if it comes down a little bit further. We may well take that position before the race. We're only going to be trying to win £4 in the race anyway, so the closer that is, we might as well take the position, but we'll just see if the price comes down any further. So 2.5 minutes to post time, and it looks like we're going to cash out somewhere around about the £3 profit mark. So that's taken, Toga Tiger's taken, And also if we can get down to about 46.48, then we may well take that as well on Casino di Notte. We've cashed most of the bet out. We're going to win £2.83. That's after commission, so it's just over £3 before commission. And we're going to leave a little bit more in on Casino di Notte at £7.98. So I hope you found that useful. That's been the play on two horses, splitting the stake, and Toga Tiger didn't quite work out. We got that big chunk of money coming in at 44, and that kind of stopped the price going up. But we did make a few trades on Casino di Notte, and we've cashed out of the market beforehand. The target was £4 for these types of stakes, so we were very close to getting the £4, and there's no need to put that at risk in running now. We might as well take the profit and just move on to the next bet. So I hope you found that useful. This is the beginner's staking plan, and this has been betting on two horses. We will follow it through. We will have a look at the horses in play, just see what price they go down to. But there's really no need now to get involved any further. We're past post time and we're just waiting for the race to start. So that's it, the race is off. It was quite late off. I think it was about 12 minutes after post time. Let's see what these two get down to in running. It doesn't matter what they do because we're already cashed out of the market, but it'd just be interesting to see what price they actually get down to. So Toga Tiger around about 28.29. Casino di Notte is out at 60. Here's about the halfway stage. Casino di Notte up to 100, 160. Just waiting to get down. Here's, like we said, halfway stage is round about here. Casino di Notte not really figuring at the moment. Getting down to 80 now. 50. Going back out to 100. Toga Tiger 24. That's gone out to 1,000. Casino di Notte 42 went down to 40. Toga Tiger now 24. 21, 19. Running a very strange race. Toga Tiger went out to 1,000. Now even money. 16.5 Casino di Notte, Toga Tiger 2, 1.5, involved in a photograph. So Musical Times was the winner, and Toga Tiger went out right out to 1,000 and then came in and nearly actually won the race. That was an incredible performance by that horse. Anyway, that's been the video for you. Hope you've enjoyed that. Thanks very much for watching.